Hi, and welcome to a very, very special version of the Actor Workouts. It's my first time working with a young person, and I want to welcome my very good friend, somebody I've known since she was a baby, Katherine Clark. Hello, Katherine.
Hi,
Hi. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, how old you are, where you go to school, what you like to do.
I'm Catherine and I'm 9 years old and I go to Tamar Elementary School and I like to swim and play video games.
Play video games, okay. What's your favorite subject at school?
Maybe art class.
Art class, so painting and drawing and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today we're going to explore a different kind of art. Okay, what we call the performing arts.
Okay.
And it's very much as much an art as painting, drawing, dancing. Do you like to dance?
Little bit.
A little bit. Okay. So I want to ask you, do you like movies?
Yeah.
You like watching movies? What's your favorite movie? Or one of your favorite movies?
I don't think I have one.
Okay. Do you have a favorite actor?
No, I don't have like any favorites in movies and stuff.
Okay. Well, what do you like about movies, watching movies?
That they're realistic and they're like, it feels like it's actually happening sometimes.
That's really, really good insight, Catherine. I like that you notice about the realism of it. Because what do you think the job of an actor is?
Like they have to be able to express their feelings easily and like be able to like change emotions quickly and like be able to be funny, angry, sad, like happy, all like at the same time, sort of.
Right, right. And I'll tell you that the key to being successful is not just being able to access those emotions, but to share them honestly. And I think that honesty that comes from it, even though you're acting, and acting is basically pretending, right?
Yeah.
And pretending really isn't honest, is it?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah. So it's kind of a weird thing where you have to be honest in your pretending of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, today we're gonna work on being honest as an actor. Okay. Now I want to ask you another question. What is a lawyer?
So if you're like maybe you did something and like maybe somebody sued you, a lawyer is like the person who's on your side and has proof that you did nothing wrong.
Right, exactly. So you go to a court of law and you present your argument before a judge.
Yes.
And the other side presents their argument, right? So it's an adversarial, it's a combative, it's a fight.
Yeah.
Right? So lawyers can either sue you for something you did wrong, or maybe somebody did something wrong to you, and you get a lawyer to sue the person that did something wrong. So today, you're going to play a lawyer.
Okay.
Okay, that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to share something in the chat with you.
Okay.
Okay, I haven't shared it yet, so don't look for it yet. Okay. When I do, you open it up, and I want you to just read it to me. There's going to be a lot of big words in there, words that you don't understand, but don't worry. We're going to talk about that after you read it. This first reading is what we call take one.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just go to the share, hey, where's the chat? There it is. Chat, file, Google Drive. Connect to Google Drive. You excited about this?
So my dad walked up to me and said that I had a class at like 12:48, and I was like, what? Not at all.
We're supposed to tell you about it this morning. Okay. There it is. It's in the chat file.
Okay, let me
Let me
see.
know if it opens up or not.
Oh, okay, it's opening. It's
Okay,
opening.
so just start reading it.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah, just try. That's all we just try. It's a first take. You get a second take. It's okay.
Okay. Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, demur, since the demur, we now have more than 400 plaintiffs, and let's be honest, we all know there's more out there. Now, they may not be the most so sophisticated people, but they don't know how to divide.
They do know how to divide.
They do know how to divide, and $20 million isn't.
You can say it. I already checked with your dad. It's okay. You can say it.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Isn't shit
I'm gonna say it if you don't. Shit.
when it's split between them. And second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying they'll have to have a
Hysterectomy.
hysterectomy at age 20, like Rosa Diaz,
Yep.
a client of ours, or have their spine
Deteriorate.
like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. Before you come back here with another lame ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Puda, or what you'd expect someone to pay you for your attorneys.
Uterus.
Miss Sanchez. And then you take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
That's a hard speech, and you did amazing for the first time.
Thank you.
Okay. So what do you think is happening in this speech?
I think that there's a lawyer that is talking to two people and explaining to them about what would happen in court or something, I think.
That's exactly right. It's one lawyer talking to two other lawyers. Okay. There are two sides of the fight that we talked about earlier. Okay. So the people that you are talking to represent a really, really big company.
Okay.
And that company has done something very bad. They put poison into the groundwater. Right. So people in their swimming pools, people drinking, they're getting cancer from the water. It's a very serious thing. Right. But she says there's over 400 plaintiffs. So more than 400 people have gotten very sick because this company has done a very bad thing. Okay. So you are suing the company.
Okay.
And you've got them. You know you've got them. It's like when you're playing sports and you're winning by a lot. Right? So you can relax a little bit. There's no, oh, are we going to win? Is it so close? You've got them. You've got them where you want them. Yes?
But usually that doesn't happen a lot with me because I'm not very good at sports.
Are you sure you're a Clark?
Yeah, I'm sure. Very sure.
Well, yeah, your dad's kind of lame at sports too. But you get the idea though,
Yeah.
right? When you're winning, and in this case, you are winning. You have all the evidence, you have all the people, right? So you are in control of these other two lawyers. So why all the language, things like pisses me off, it isn't shit, lame ass offer. It sounds like it's angry language, right? But you're not angry. You've got them. Okay, you're in control. So now I'm sure there's a lot of things in here you have no idea what they mean, right?
Yeah.
So our goal here now is we call this the script breakdown. This is your script, and we have to break it down so we have 100% understanding. I'm going to share my screen with you.
Okay.
And you should, there you are. Okay, so see, I'll just move all this stuff aside. See this little cat up here? Anonymous cheetah?
Yeah.
That's you. You're in here. And this red line here, that's you. So we're both sharing this script right now. So the first thing we want to do is use the insert function. So I'm going to put my mouse down here, and I'm going to use the insert function, and I'm going to make a table. Okay. And we're going to make a table 2 wide. And I don't know, maybe you're going to have about, let's say 8 questions. Okay.
Okay.
So when you read the first sentence, what is the first thing you don't know? What's the first thing you don't know?
Demur, I think.
Demur. So
Yeah,
copy. So highlight, copy, come down here and paste it. Do you know how to copy and paste?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, well, I'm here to help you. So you know how you can highlight something, you can just drag your mouse over it, right?
Yeah.
Then right click and click copy.
Okay.
Okay, so go
Okay.
through it, and anything, even if you think you know but you're not sure, make it a question. These are, and you put it down here. We can add more spots if there's more than 8 questions, but like, so what don't you know? Let me know what you don't know. Take a minute and go through it, okay?
Okay. Let me just see here. I don't quite understand what planefits are.
So plaintiffs, we copy and paste it in the next row, like that.
Okay.
Okay, what's the next one?
Let me see.
What about this word here?
Sophisticated. I've
know what
heard
that means?
word in class, but
it's still a little confusing in the context of this speech, right?
yeah.
That's okay. Then we copy and paste. The idea here is to make sure we understand exactly what we're saying, right?
Okay.
So any questions you have, even if it's a word that you do know, but you're not sure how to say it, you paste it into your questions, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I want you to keep going now.
Okay. What's
Hysterectomy,
yeah.
copy and paste it. I'm going to answer all your questions once you've asked all your questions. Double click on the word. If it's one word, you can just double click on it.
Okay. This is in Chinese, so
I
understand.
So okay, so you still know how to copy and paste in Chinese.
Okay, like that.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
You did. Okay, next one. Good.
No.
Like this word here is the name of somebody. You know that, but maybe you're not sure how to pronounce it. So copy it and paste it.
Okay. what? What just, okay. This.
That's it. Fantastic.
Oh, I don't know what I
Just hit Control Z, Control Z, and it'll come back.
Control Z.
Control Z at the same time.
Hold on. Control
Are you
Z.
using a Macintosh?
Yep.
Okay, I'll just rewrite it.
Okay.
Or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom. So you just pasted the last thing in there is what happened. So now try it again.
So this time wait.
Double click on deteriorate. Yeah. Copy, not paste. Copy
Okay.
and paste down here. Beautiful. Anything else?
Let me,
Lame ass. That's a fun thing to say. Do you know what it means?
it just means like very, very lame.
Okay, you know what lame means then?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about this word here?
What? No, I've never heard of that word in my life.
Okay, copy and paste it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so 7 questions.
Yep.
So now as your acting coach, it's my job to make sure you understand these things. Okay, so we'll start with demur. Say it for me, demur.
Demur.
Say it 5 times.
Demur, 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 demur.
Okay, so whenever you're having trouble pronouncing something, you can remember the pronunciation by repeating it over and over again, and it will help you with your muscle memory. Okay, so when you sue somebody, it doesn't take just one day. It can take many, many months, and there's many steps in the process of suing somebody. Okay, the demur is one of those steps. Okay, this isn't the demur comes before you actually go into court to argue your case. Okay, it's an earlier step. So in the notes, I'm going to put early step in the process of suing someone. Okay, so when she says since the demur, so we know that the demur has already happened. Right? And after the demur, she went and found 400 more what? Plaintiffs. Say it for me. Plaintiffs.
Plaintiffs.
5 times.
Plaintiffs, 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 plaintiffs.
Very good. You got it. So a plaintiff is the person who was hurt. Okay, so there's 2 sides. Okay, then I will also say, whoops, the other side is called the defendant. So you have plaintiffs and defendants. If you were the person hurt by the company, you're the plaintiff, and if you're the company, you're the defendant. It's easy to remember defendant because you have to defend against the charges, right? You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sophisticated means that you have a lot of really good things in life, that you understand art and culture, and you read a lot of books and stuff like that. Means you're very sophisticated. Okay,
that's probably.
So maybe we could just say intelligent, just for a basic understanding of it. So we go back and we see how she uses it. She says, now they may not be the most sophisticated people. They may not be the smartest, most intelligent people, but they do know how to divide. What is divide?
like
It's
divide
math.
into
Math,
math.
right? What's 12 divided by 3?
um 4.
Yeah, exactly. So $20 million divided by 400 people, right? For being so sick that you get cancer, right? That's like $50,000. Is that enough money to pay for somebody's life?
No.
It's terrible, right?
Yeah.
So we say it isn't shit. It's nothing. It isn't shit. I want you to say that for me. Isn't shit.
Isn't shit.
Don't be, you have to be honest about this, okay? Don't be shy about saying the bad word. I promise you, I showed this to your dad beforehand and I said, I can change this. And he said, no, I want her to say it.
Okay.
So just say it. $20 million isn't shit.
$20 million isn't shit.
You're still shy. You're being shy about it. Don't be shy, okay? If you're going to commit to it, commit to it. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. What's our next word? Hysterectomy. First of all, I want to tell you what this last part of the word means, ectomy, okay? So ectomy is a word that doctors will use. It means cut out. So if something is inside your body that is very sick, the doctors will open you up and cut out that part that is sick. Okay, so inside here, we have something called the spleen. And if the spleen is sick and the doctors decide that they have to take it out, they'll call it a spleenectomy. Okay? Ectomy means to cut out. It's a term doctors use. So you'll see, as you get older, you're going to hear this word a lot. When you're watching medical television shows and stuff, you'll hear ectomy and you'll know, oh, that means to cut something out. Okay? Now, before we go on to what hyster means, I want to talk to you about this word, uterus. Okay? The uterus is part of a woman's body. Not a man's body, a woman's body. Okay? It is where babies grow inside their mothers. Okay, so when you were a baby and your mom was carrying you around and getting fatter and fatter and fatter, you were living inside her uterus.
Okay.
Okay, do you know what it is now?
Yeah.
Okay, so say the word for me 5 times, please.
Uterus, 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 uterus.
Good. So now we'll come back to hysterectomy. Because the water was so poisoned, some women got cancer of the uterus. So the doctors had to take out their uterus. Very, very sad thing. And they can't have babies anymore. Okay? So that's what a hysterectomy is. It's the cutting out of the uterus.
Okay.
It's a terrible, terrible thing. And that's why it's so important that you, as their lawyer, must get them as much money as you can. $50,000 for your uterus? Is that fair?
No.
No, not at all. Okay, Diaz. Say it.
Diaz.
Diaz. Okay, good. Well, we only have one more. Deteriorate.
I don't know why I saw decorate.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sometimes that happens, but it's deteriorate. So what is deteriorating? And go back to the script and tell me what is deteriorating.
Deteriorate. Hold on, let me find it first. Deteriorate.
It's right here.
Oh, okay, found it. Like taking out your spine or something?
Well, okay, it is the spine that is deteriorating, So what that means is the cancer is slowly eating away at the bones of his spine. And that's not good either, is it?
That's really bad.
That's really bad. Is $50,000 enough
Yeah.
to make you
No.
okay with your spine deteriorating?
No.
No, it isn't shit. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to read it again and see if you still have any questions.
Read the script to see.
Read the script again. You should understand it all now. Let's see. Let's find out. Oh, hey, out loud, always out loud. Lesson 1, whenever you read a script, you read it out loud. Okay.
Oh, see. Now I'm pissed off. First of all, since the demur, we
That's right.
now have more than 400 plaintiffs. Plaintiffs.
Yes.
Plaintiffs.
It's okay. You still understand it. We'll work on the pronunciation in a minute. Keep going.
And let's be honest, we all know there's more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide. And $20 million isn't shit when it splits between them. And second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swimming in a pool without worrying they'll have to have a
Hysterectomy.
hysterectomy at age 20, like Rose Diaz, a client of ours, or have their spine deteriorate.
Did you freeze? I think you froze. Okay, so deteriorate. Say it.
Deteriorate.
I can't hear you.
Deteriorate.
Say it a few times so you get it into the muscle memory.
Deteriorate.
Perfect. Okay. Let's keep going.
Okay.
So take it back to a client of ours, or no, take it to or have their spine.
A client of ours, or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So before you come back with another lame ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or what you'd expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Mrs. Sanchez.
It's actually Ms. MS is Ms.
Ms. Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
Okay, good. Do you understand everything you're saying right
Yes,
now?
mostly.
Okay. So you've done your script breakdown and you have 100% understanding. Now, for me, because I'm so old, of course, I could read this and understand it all. But if I was doing a script from maybe William Shakespeare, I would do the same thing.
Who's William Shakespeare?
He's the greatest writer in the English language. Do you ever hear of Romeo and Juliet?
Yeah.
He wrote Romeo and Juliet. Okay. So if you keep going with me, you'll be able to do the same thing with Shakespeare. Because one day, maybe when you're 16 or 17, your school is going to do a play of Romeo and Juliet, and we're going to have you ready to play Juliet. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Sound cool, huh? All right. So now that we understand it, what do you think is the next thing we need to do as an actor?
Be able to do it with emotions.
With what? With emotions?
Yeah.
How do we get to that level? How do you get better at basketball?
Practicing.
Practicing. Okay. So in performing arts, like if you're a musician or a dancer or an actor, we have a special word for practice. It's called rehearse. Rehearsal. Do you know what that means? Have you heard that word before?
Yes.
Okay. So now you have to rehearse it. Because you understand it, you want to practice saying it. Okay. And as you're practicing saying it, now you can play around with your emotions and find out what works, what doesn't. Sometimes things won't work, and you rehearse it again and you try it a different way. A rehearsal is never the same thing twice. It's always a little bit different. And each time you rehearse it, you do it a little bit better. But it's never perfect. That's the thing about art, right? It's never perfect. It can always be better. Okay, with science, with math, there's a perfect answer. 2 + 2 is 4. It's never 5. It's never 3. It's always 4. Perfect answer. Art is not the same. Art can always be better.
Yep.
All right. So what we're going to do now is first of all, I'm going to stop my share.
Yep.
I'm also going to stop the recording, because what you're going to do now is you're going to take 10 minutes and you're going to read the script out loud 5 times.
Okay.
If you have trouble saying a word, stop and say that word 5 or 10 times over and over again so it gets into your muscle memory, and then go back and say the sentence again until that word is smooth. Do you understand?
Okay.
So you're going to rehearse. I'm going to stop the recording now.
Have to have a hysterectomy at age 20.
Again.
Have to have a hysterectomy at age 20.
You got it. Okay. So a lot of acting is about trusting yourself. Okay. You've put in a lot of hard work right now. Okay. So you trust yourself. Don't freak out. Don't worry about it. Before we do our second take 2, I want you to talk to me about the emotions that the name of the person you're playing is Erin. Erin, okay? What is Erin feeling?
She feels bad she feels bad for the people that have to go through like having a hysterectomy or like having their spine deteriorated.
Yeah.
And she's like sort of yelling, sort of like speaking in a more serious tone to the people.
Oh yeah, it's serious as a heart attack. Very serious. How does she feel about the people she's talking to?
She feels that she's not happy with their actions and like trying not to, like holding herself back, not to punch them in the face.
Exactly. Okay, so I want to talk to you about power, about having all the power. Okay, when we're acting on the camera and we're nice and close like that, the camera will catch everything we do. So if you're bouncing around like you're doing right now, is that a powerful body language or is it weak?
It's weak.
Yeah. Power comes from stillness. Okay. The less you move, the more powerful and the more scary you will be to the person you're fighting with. And it goes for the same with our emotions. If we can keep our emotions, like you said, stop yourself from punching them in the face. You want to punch them in the face, but if you do, you lose the fight. right? If
Yeah.
you show anger, you lose the fight. Do you play cards? Any card games?
Yeah. I play like Uno.
Okay, so you pick up your cards and you have all the best cards, right? You're gonna, oh geez, I'm gonna win. Look at it, I got all the black tires, or I'm not sure how Uno works, but I think black tires are good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got like 4 black tires. Yeah, you got all the cards. You know you're gonna win. That's what Erin has. She has all the cards. So all she has to do is be still, say the words, mean the words, and tell them you've lost. Okay? Are you ready?
So like stay calm, not like
Exactly. The anytime you lose your temper, you lose the fight. You want to lose your temper, but you're not going to. You're not going to give them the satisfaction of seeing you angry.
so that's why when my mom yells at me, she goes like,
Oh, Clarky, you were so right. Oh my God. I had a long talk about you and your dad last night. Okay. Whew. Now, focus. You got a job to do. Okay. You say, now I want you to say, I'm Katherine Clark, and this is my Erin. And then you go.
this is that I am Katherine Clark and this is my Erin. Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demur, now we have more than 400 planifix, and let's be honest, we all know there's more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they still know how to divide. And $20 million isn't shit when it's split between them. Second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying that they'll have to have a hysterectomy at age 20, like Rose Diaz, a client of ours, or have their spine deteriorated like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So before you come back with another lame ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or what you'd expect someone to pay you for a uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
Katherine,
Yeah,
that was amazing.
thank you.
Like when I thought about what script I wanted to work with you on, I didn't think we'd get this far this fast. That was incredible. There was some subtlety in there. You just broke it up. I'll take a quick look at the script here. Hang on a second. Yeah, like and let's be honest. We all know there's more out there. That's exactly what I was talking about having the power, having all the cards, the way you played with them like a fish on a line, That was really good. Okay. We're going to do another one. I'm going to let you practice a couple more times, not as long, maybe 2 more times, but I want you to think about a couple of things.
Okay.
Now I'm going to let you show a little bit of anger, but for a very short period of time. Okay. When you say the word hysterectomy, we know what that is, right? We've talked about what that is, and it's a very terrible thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to show you how to say it, or have to have and then you can let all your hate for these people come out in that one word. Show how disgusting you think these people are, just with that one word. And then you get back to yourself and your calm self immediately. Okay? So
Okay.
go practice it 2 times. I'm going to stop the recording.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Katherine Clark, take 3, your last take. Nail it.
Okay. Oh, see, now that pisses me off. First of all, since the demur, now we now have more than 400 planefits, and let's be honest, we all know there's more out there. Now, they may not be the most sophisticated people, but they do know how to divide, and $20 million isn't shit when it splits between them. Second of all, these people don't dream about being rich. They dream about being able to watch their kids swim in a pool without worrying that they'll have a hysterical me at age 20, like Rose Diaz, a client of ours, or have their spine deteriorate like Stan Bloom, another client of ours. So before you come back with another lame ass offer, I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Buddha, or what you'd expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
Yeah, how'd you feel about that?
I felt like sort of like I was actually there and I was actually talking to people. Like sort of feeling like that. Sort of.
Yeah, so what are you using? What part of your brain are you using to feel that way?
I'm sort of imagining me.
That's exactly the word I was looking for. Imagination. Okay. People your age have way more imagination and power to access that imagination than old guys like your dad and even older guys like Coach Toe here. And the problem with it is the older we get, the less we are able to use that imagination, right? So by practicing acting, even if you don't ever want to be an actor, practicing this kind of thing allows us to keep our imagination alive the older we get, right? And it's such an important thing to have. Even if you become an engineer has to solve problems. And by using your imagination, being able to access lots of different possibilities, right? So say, I promised Coach Toe.
Okay. I promise Coach Toe
To always use my imagination.
to always use my imagination.
And fist bump it out. Boom. Yeah. Okay. I thought it was really good. I thought your stillness was excellent. But when you look back at this last video, you're going to see you stumbled a couple of times, right? The tougher words like hysterectomy and things like that. If we were actually shooting a movie and I'm your director, as soon as you stumble, I have to say, cut. Do it again. Okay. And the most important thing an actor has to do is get it in that take. You can't stumble. So how can you make sure that you don't stumble?
Maybe before that take, have the word in mind and sort of say it in your mind a couple of times.
Which is practice.
Yeah.
Rehearse.
Rehearsing. Right?
Rehearse it. There's never, ever there's no such thing as too much rehearsal. Okay. Okay. I think we're gonna keep talking, but I'm gonna stop the recording in a second. I just want to publicly thank you for all your hard work and ask you, how was this experience for you?
Really exciting and fun. I have one problem though.
What's that?
Next time my dad can tell me a little bit earlier so I don't look like this. Well,
Oh my God, you are an actor. That's not my fault. We talked last night about it. Look at him. Give him the same look you would give the lawyers across the way. Look at your father right now and give him that look.
He's downstairs.
Oh, he's downstairs. Yeah.
Get him later. Don't.
Well, okay. I think because this was the first time and we wanted to see if you like it. Right. And so we'll schedule it better for the next time. Right. Okay. So just to close it off, ladies and gentlemen, our very first actor workout for kids with Katherine Clark. And I think she did it so amazingly. So Katherine Clark, well done. Well done. Thank you so much for your hard work today.
Thank you for giving me a chance to like try it.
Oh, absolutely my pleasure. And we'll see you again for another actor workout someday.
Okay.